Hey everybody, it's John Riley from sunny South Florida. Guess we got a sunny day today. This is my Project MS 660, half Farmer Tech, half decent parts type of chainsaw. Yesterday I put the OEM flywheel, the Farmer Tech flywheel, because it matches the Farmer Tech coil, because the composite flywheel wasn't working with the Farmer Tech coil. You need to have a matching set, and it wasn't producing a hot enough spark. But anyway, today I'm going to put the cylinder, 54 millimeter cross cylinder, which is pretty decent. Even though it's Chinese, the Nicosil is really good on these cylinders. I cut it, I milled it, and I ported it. This thing works really well. It's got a 288 Husqvarna piston, which I took a bit of weight out of it, spend a little bit of time on it, and it makes a difference. And then I use a 088 STIHL tapered wrist pin, or an 880, it's the same thing, and I trim it down a little bit to fit, because it saves about 2 grams, and that's a 13 millimeter 880 STIHL top end bearing. It's OEM. And I polished the ring. This cylinder was scuffing a tiny bit on the exhaust side, so I scotch padded it and cleaned it up a little bit. And then I take the Dremel with the, it's like a rubberized polishing burr. See how nice that cylinder comes out? I'll show you what I use to get it to come out really nice. Spend a few minutes. I do the ring with the polishing burr too, and it takes all the little lines and shit out. It's these things right here. See, I make a bunch of them. I glue them onto these old stones when the stones break off, and they work like a charm. The red is the softest, the brown's a little bit coarser, and the green is very coarse. It jumps up to being very coarse, the green. It's my little porting section. These are all my new little cutters, sharp ones. So what I do is take, this was brand new when I started, I get in there and clean the cylinder out with that. I go around it nice and light, and it takes all the shit out of it, and then take the ring and then polish the side of the ring with this. It comes out absolutely perfect. Then I take one of these here. If it's too small, I take a regular Scotch pad and wrap it around it, like a brand new one, and I use the dust off of this shit because it's got like diamond and rubbery stuff in it, and it polishes. So when I polish the cylinder out with this and it's all full of like the dust from this, I leave it in there and like dump it on that Scotch-Brite pad and put that in the drill and clean it out, and it polishes the shit out of the cylinder. So then everything's nice and fresh and slick, so it doesn't like cause any more lines and all that stuff in it. Usually the second time around it tends to like clean it up and give it a tiny bit more clearance or something, and it doesn't do that anymore, like these little scuffs and stuff. But anyway, this thing flows perfect. I put it in the kitchen sink and flow water through it, and watch how the water channels around the cylinder wall and sticks to the wall nicely. You don't want to lose, when you port them, you do not want to lose this wall right here. It has to be there, because that's when the air goes in, or you should say the atomized charge, it shoots it out on an angle, and it goes around that way. They both do, and they shouldn't go out the exhaust port. Look how big I got that exhaust port, because I'm using this Husqvarna piston. It's wider. It's got a single ring, and it's got the ring lands in the middle, which is nice for your finger ports and all, so everything clears everything. Yep, then you want to make sure everything's chamfered real nice too, so you don't hook any rings and all that. That's another reason why I go over everything. I repolish the ports and whatnot. I just got to clean a little bit of crap out of it. Yep. I personally like a flat top on the exhaust port. I'm a big fan of that. You can see it's flat, slightly tapered, but for the most part it's flatter. What that does, it scavenges quicker, and it pulls the exhaust out quicker. Instead of gradually opening it, I think it's quicker. And the intake too. I make sure my intake opens all at once. And it's like, bam, it just pulls on the carburetor real hard. And it seems like it makes better power. Then there's all kinds of port numbers. Those all belong to Eric Copsey. Those work pretty good. So I like these cross cylinders, and they're pretty durable. I've never had a problem with any one of them. The pistons I do not use. I use a Meteor piston, but they're kind of heavy, so you got to spend some time on them and definitely take some weight out of them. And that's that. I'm going to put this baby together and see what happens. Thanks for watching.